Recording expenses can be done in several ways. First option is to do it from the home page by pressing the Add Expense button. So the Add Expense form pops up and you can start filling out the details. So a short description, for example, floss, and the amount is $7, recorded by Susan, and then the spending category is household items, or it can be personal items, whichever way you prefer, and you just add that in. The second way of adding expense transactions is from within the budget module itself. You can press the plus button and the same add expense form will pop up. So here we can start typing in the description, and if it's something that we've already entered in the past, such as coffee for example, we can just select it from the drop down and it will bring back the details of the last transaction for coffee. So you can just simply either click add here if the amount is the same, or edit the amount, say $4.50, and then add it in and the category is automatically selected. So that's the second way of doing this. Now if you wish to view the list of expense transactions, click this button here and you will see our last two transactions listed at the top here. Now to edit a transaction, you simply need to select the edit button on the transaction and change any detail that you wish. Say this was $4.40, not $4.50, and just update it. Recording a scheduled transaction is just as easy as recording a normal expense, and follows pretty much the same steps. It can be both recorded from the home page by pressing the Add Expense button, or it can be added from within the budget module by pressing the plus button. However, here we press the calendar button to indicate that the transaction will occur sometime in the future. On this form we have an option of an expense or an income transaction. So let's say this is an income transaction and you're receiving gift of $100 from somebody for some reason, or you are going to receive it, let's say in a week's time, and you record it and it will appear in February. Here we go, in 7 days you will receive $100. If it's an expense transaction, then you select the expense button here. Let's say it's a parking fine and it's $80 and it's due sometime in February again, let's say the 12th of February, and we save that, and once again we can see it in the list here for February. Now scheduled transactions are generally for things that occur on an ongoing basis, like particular invoices, say electricity bills or school fees, etc., or insurance premiums payments. Let's say something that occurs once a year. We can select recurrence options here. Let's say car insurance. The amount is $1,200. Now in order to do the recurrence correctly, we need to select the date of the first occurrence of that transaction. So say this happens on let's say on the 4th of February of each year. So here we will click the recurring tick box and select a yearly option. So by default selects February 4th as the date of the first occurrence, and every subsequent occurrence as well. So we can do that, or we can say the first week Monday of February, or things like that, but we'll leave it at February 4th, and we'll save that. And here is a confirmation screen that says that the first occurrence will be on the 4th of February 2020 and the next will be on the 4th of February 2021. This is just a confirmation, just a visual check for you to make that you've set the recurrence options correctly, and then you confirm it. Now if we go here, we can see that in February $1,200 is added, and the total scheduled for February is $1,180. Now if we have made a mistake and we need to make an adjustment to one of the scheduled transactions, again it's just as easy as selecting an edit button here in the list in the monthly breakdown, or we can go into the list of scheduled transactions down the bottom here and select the edit button on that transaction here. So let's say it doesn't happen on the 4th of February but happens on the 5th. Now we need to adjust the date of the first occurrence of that transaction here as well. That is very important to remember, otherwise the system will get confused. So we'll update it, and now again the confirmation screen, Wednesday 5th of February 2020 or 5th of February 2021. So yes, that's correct, and we'll save that. So February, there we go, the 5th. Everything's correct. Now whenever a scheduled transaction comes due, the day before we'll see an orange notification bubble here on the home page on the budget modules icon, and on the actual date it's due, the bubble will become red like it is now. So that will tell us that there is a payment that needs to be made, and once we made that payment physically, we can come here into the budget module and mark that payment as made by clicking this tick box here. So please confirm that you wish to mark this payment as made. Yes, we do. And the expense form pops up right away to record that as an expense as well. As you can see, at the moment we're looking at, well, we're still in January, the last couple of days of January, but we're looking at about 6 months in the future and 1 month in the past. We can change this by pressing this button here and go back, say, 2 months or 3 months, to change the forward as well. If we want to look further out into the future, we can select up to 11 months forward and save that. So the system will do a lot of recalculations behind the scenes and show you 11 months worth of transactions, if there are any. But generally the best option is to keep just 1 month in the past and 3 to 6 months in the future.